big one.
It's a gar. Look, look. Amir, I don't know if I'm going to keep it on.
This is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, this is a long-nosed gar.
They have it in Bass Pro. There.
The violent guy.
Okay, you know what? Be very careful. Wait a second. Yuda, I don't know. Okay, you try. You know, the problem is, you know what? You better not try to net it. No, look at the spots. This is a very rare prehistoric fish.
They have it in the Pro Bass aquarium.
Okay, ready? Head first, in the net.
Head first.
Quick,
okay.
Quick, okay, because they like to jump. Now, keep it away from you.
Okay.
I'm going to put a glove on. If you put it down here, hold it in the middle of the boat.
I don't want to get it wet. I'm holding good.
Okay.
It's okay.
I thought it was a walleye.
Wow.
Now, I'll tell you what I'm amazed about.
Where do they come from to Canada?
They are, I don't know.
I saw in Pit.
You have to be very careful if he goes to jump that we don't get the teeth in us. Because they have so much power. I'm going to try to. Now, what I'm amazed is that I was able to hook it, Amir. Could you hand me the pliers? They're the last tool at the end there. Just watch the teeth.
No, I was going to take from the net first.
Yeah. I'm going to let you take the lure out. I'm going to go to the front with Amir. This is a gar. Amir, feel the body. It's like armor plating.
Wow.
Feel it. It's like a snake.
It's like, yes,
Look,
turtle.
You can hear it, right? Now, look, watch this when I open it up, the teeth. I can't believe that I was able to hold on to it.
Wow. It's like an alligator. That's amazing.
Can you imagine a little fish? It's like a pin cushion. You don't want to put your fingers there. So what I find hard, Yuda, you hook them, but they get off because this is bone. It's all bone. Look at the teeth.
Right?
Yeah, you don't want to put your fingers there.
Or like an alligator. Okay.
And I've caught them over 4 feet long. So when I said you can catch almost anything here in the Bay of Quinte, that is a very interesting fish.
But usually they float. They don't go deep. I see them floating.
They live deep, but they swim all along the surface.
All along this,
So this is literally a prehistoric fish. They say it's very, very old. What an amazing fish. Isn't that different?
Very
I'm just going to hold it in the water because I've had it out for a little bit. But it's going to take off. Watch, Amir, how fast it's going to disappear. Look, 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 look. He's gone. Amazing. What a bonus.
Wow.
Now, Amir, I couldn't help looking at your hat. Is this for real? It says Israel ice hockey.
Oh yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
They play hockey in Israel?
They play hockey.
That's the Canadian influence.
There's only
right?
one problem in this hat, that because it's a bit uncommon in Israel, then we call it ice hockey and not hockey.
Right, right.
But we do have an arena, one arena. It's located on the north of Israel, near Metula.
Yes.
That's the place where many Katyusha rockets fell during the war 2 years ago. But that center, which is of a very high standard, is called the Canada Center.
That's awesome.
Because Canadian philanthropists have actually contributed to create Israel hockey. And we actually have a national team that plays on level 3 on the World Championship. We're not as good as to go to Vancouver at 2010, but we're getting there. We have many young Russian immigrants going to Israel, playing hockey, doing a very good job, and Canadians are actually enabling that. The truth of the matter is the reason why I'm having this hat. Is that a good friend of mine, Sidney Greenberg, the owner of Astral Media, is actually the main supporter of the Israeli Hockey Association.
Fish and Girl! Adventures in your own backyard!
You know, this is such a nice setting. This isn't just a stream, Jeremy. This is actually a spring. It's coming from the ground, so we call it groundwater. And where we're sitting here, it's shady and dark and cool because this is a mature forest, and that's called a canopy. There's hardly any sunlight coming in, even though it's a sunny day. You can see it out where the open fields are. Now, this groundwater is really important because it's the source of many of our streams and lakes. And one of the things that people take for granted is that sometimes we put toxic things down the sewer drains. For example, if someone's washing their cars with soap, or they do an oil change to their lawnmower or their car, and they don't know what to do with some of this toxic stuff, and they dump it down the sewer, a lot of time that stuff ends up being sucked in by the ground, and then the water carries it and brings it back up in the form of springs like this. People that live in the country rely on groundwater for their well water. And even our drinking water really originates from springs that go into the rivers and into the Great Lakes. So it's very important that people recognize they shouldn't be dumping anything toxic, even now a sewer pipe, because eventually it'll end up in our groundwater, so it has to be protected.